Let me ask you this question, Ian. I got a question for Ian. Um, Stocks. I know you are the master investor when it comes to stocks. Um, so we're talking about crypto today, but
Hmm.
stocks and crypto kind of go hand. They're starting to go more and more hand in hand. So when we see IBM, which years
Hmm.
ago they made a large investment in Stellar, and then now when we see the news of Microsoft using Ethereum blockchain, you see a lot of these publicly traded companies
Hmm.
integrating not only blockchain technology, but actually integrating some cryptocurrency, even with AMC. And I want to get Hill's perspective on that now, allowing people to use Bitcoin. Tesla, we know about, they brought all of those Bitcoins.
Oh yeah,
So
last
how
year.
do you see CEOs using cryptocurrency to increase stock prices?
We're the only group of people that does not plan our business in 100-year cycles. So IBM is going to be dead in the water. They have no competitive advantage over AMD, Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple. I can argue Stryker, but they have to do something to stay into the game. And also politically, the CEO has to do something to even keep his job. Because if he's not driving enough shareholder value, they're going to vote him out. I think the CEO is doing a pretty good job, but what people are going to do, because this is like the hot thing right now, and they're trying to get ready for the future, they're going to lay a strong foundation. So in 2035, 2038, the foundation that they are laying now is going to pay off in the 2030s. So you're going to see a lot of companies use this as like Elon was doing it for a hedge because there's a certain part of the industry that wants to get him out of the space. We have to remember he is competing against Ford, GM, Exxon. He's fighting against a huge conglomerate. But for everyone else, when Square does it, when Apple finally announces that they're doing it, Square, they're just poisoned for the next decade to be dominant. And those that are going to be laggards in that regard, their company is going to suffer. And as a result, the stock price is going to suffer. Like you notice, like Bed Bath and Beyond didn't announce anything in the crypto space. And as a result, they're like Pier 1, then Ty Lopez acquired it. You have to move with the change. And when we have these generational changes, and that's why last year was so important when we started doing the show. I was trying to tell people, like, look, we are living through history. This isn't like some fluke that made the economy drop. We have a pandemic that was caused by a couple of reasons. You guys should probably do some research around who owns some of the stuff and the companies that are, you know, solving some of the COVID issues. Follow the money trail. But yeah, the next 20 or 30 years is already laid out. And then the big tech players are already going to be the most preeminent and dominant players in that space for sure.
Hey, I want to come on. I'm double down on what Ian's saying, and I guess I even take a more socio-political worldview in a way because Ian is the master investor and he knows that stock world. That's not the world that I know. Certainly, I'm invested, but I don't know that world the way I know the crypto space and in that world, but when we think about this world right now, the world we're living in, y'all, unprecedented pandemic. Mm-hmm. You have literally the world's on fire. It's just getting hotter and hotter. It's going to burn more and more and more.
Yep.
So air quality is going to go, it's just, then you look at political instability, like look what just happened in Afghanistan, and then look at natural disasters like Haiti. Look, there is a lot of uncertainty and problems happening in this world, and no one's coming to save you. Mm-hmm. No one's coming to save us. We have to be self-sovereign. We have to build our own tech. We have to own our own platforms. We got to stop letting other people, we got to stop supporting other platforms that aren't owned by us. We keep making these tech platforms, billion-dollar platforms like Clubhouse, Twitter, you name it, Cash App, all of these other platforms not owned by us. We make them billionaire, multi-billion-dollar companies when we have the power to do it ourselves. And we have the technology that exists to do it. That's why I love what you brothers are building with EYL. You're building something that is self-sovereign. And that's the future to me, y'all. That's the future. And so, yes, we need to be extremely diligent and smart with our investing and use of capital, but we also have to start building our own infrastructure and supporting each other down the line. And that's the real leverage. That's the real power. And that's way when the rest of the world is burning, we gonna be all right.
Yeah,
to me, that's it.
Yeah. And I'll say this really quick. Collaboration is the only way to build that infrastructure, because if we don't have enough people driving enough revenue, we won't, like I've never said this publicly, but these next 15 years are going to be the era of the investor. Like every CEO that I talk to, or every president of any mildly major company, they are trying to do whatever they can with AI to eliminate damn near every job on earth that they can. And I'm not saying that to be salacious, like everyone. It's like, how can we cut our workforce by 60% but drive revenue 900%?
I mean,
top conversation.
There's 6 Amazon Go stores here in Seattle, and they're testing them here. You know what they are? You literally walk into the store, you fill up whatever you want, and you walk out. And there's nobody there to check you out. There's no one. You just get automatically charged, right? So the future of even shopping, they're getting rid of every single service job they can. He's absolutely right. There's no question about that.
Yeah, Amazon Go is something that we covered on the podcast over a year ago. If anybody's not familiar, it's like a grocery store with no cashiers. But even bigger than that, it's a lot of AI that's built in, and you go in there and you get what you want, and then you kind of just leave the store. You don't even like ring it up. Like a lot of grocery stores have like the thing where you just ring it up. You don't even ring it up. You just literally just walk out and then it just scans. So I see a world even more advanced than that, where they can actually read your thoughts or know your shopping patterns, and you don't even necessarily have to even look for something. Like as soon as you walk in, they already have what you want, kind of like waiting for you. So when we look at these things, the technology that we speak about, it may sound like we're fantasizing, but it's something that's very real. And all of these things that we've been speaking about for a long time with the Oculus and all of these different technologies,
metaverse and
virtual reality, it's coming. It's already here, but it's coming to fruition. And all of this plays together with the blockchain